My friends, it's possible, just possible, mind you, that this disgusting episode involving Judge Kavanaugh is coming to an end. And just in case you're not aware of how disgusting it is, here's an item from Breitbart. I quote, Thursday, that's today, on CNN Newsroom, anchor Jim Sciutto, I assume that's how he pronounces his name, I sure as hell never watched CNN, anchor Jim Sciutto brushed off accusations of sexual misconduct against Supreme Court Justice nominee Judge Brett Kavanaugh as simply, quote, politics, as network commentator Scott Jennings defended the judge's temperament in last week's hearing. Quote, to be honest with you, I think Judge Kavanaugh reacted exactly the way most Americans would react to being smeared, Jennings stated. If somebody said the things about me that they said about him, I think I would have asked somebody to step outside, unquote. So, in the eyes of CNN, going back 36 years to smear a respected judge, to insist that he had a drinking problem, that he manhandled a woman, that he hung with people who were dirt, that his children and wife should not be proud of him, that he should be barred from taking his rightful place on the Supreme Court, all of that sleaze, all that filth, well, it's just politics. It's just the way we roll. It's how the game is played. Well, a guy named Donald Trump got elected president because that's not the way America wants to roll anymore. We voted for an outsider to clean up the mess in D.C., to drain the swamp. CNN is the swamp. All the Democratic scumbags who've been going after Kavanaugh are the swamp. Even Republicans like Collins and Jeff Flake, they're also the swamp. They're saying that Kavanaugh will be voted on Saturday, and he's expected to be approved for the Supreme Court. You have no idea what a tremendously powerful blow against the swamp that is. You and I have made it happen by voting for and supporting Trump, and we're going to make it stick. We're going to make it even more powerful, more steady in November by voting Republican every place we can, every position. Give Donald Trump the ammunition, give him the backing and the support to really kick it into high gear and make America even greater than he already has in under 2 years. It's all one piece of cloth, my friends. We're fighting for the soul of America. You know, I used to say with a joke, if you're not an actor, you're not a factor, but it's absolutely true. You got to vote. You got to vote Republican. You got to take as many people with you in your car as possible to vote Republican. If we do that, we'll be making America great again. It's Thursday. It's Real Truth. By the way, my name's Howard Riell, and we'll be right back. All right, guys, let's kick it into gear right off the bat. No bones about it. Newt Gingrich on the Sean Hannity Show. You know, my friends, that is a fantastic question. Everybody's in a fever over Kavanaugh, who turns out did nothing. But Keith Ellison, former congressman from Minnesota, first Muslim member of Congress, he's on record, according to two women, of beating the hell out of them. So explain to me where all the honest, ethical Democrats are looking for an investigation into Keith Ellison, who's co-chair of the Democratic National Committee. So Democrats are revealed once again for the umpteenth time to be hypocrites, politicians who really don't care about women. Now, let's be honest, they don't care about women. They care about using women to gain power. It may be they're not looking for an investigation into Ellison because he's black, which reveals the Democrats to be racists. So no matter how you slice it, Keith Ellison is a piece of sludge. The Democrats are political animals. They're gutter people. They're sleaze. Hopefully this upcoming midterm election will go a long way to extinctifying Democrats. And then in 2020, when President Trump wins re-election, maybe that'll really be the wooden stake through the heart of the Democrat Party. I hope so, because if the Democrats maintain any semblance of power, they will continue to poison these United States of America. Nothing less than that. It's just that dramatic. I believe we're going to be going to a commercial break sometime soon. I could be wrong. I don't hear the usual commercial break music, so I will continue.
Kavanaugh's teenage years, we can at least go back to the time that Bill Clinton was the Arkansas Attorney General, can't we?
Well, that's once you open this up. And I just think, the president's going to be in Minnesota tomorrow. He's going to have a chance, I think.
Jordan has states in Minnesota, California, New York, states that you wouldn't think.
And his boldness, he had all received and great for grace. For the law was given through Moses, but grace and truth came through Yeshua HaMashiach, Jesus the Christ. No one has seen God at any time. The only begotten Son, who is in the bosom of the Father, he has declared him. The Gospel of John, chapter 1, verse 16. We, the people of the United States, in order to form a more perfect union, establish justice, ensure domestic tranquility, provide for the common defense, promote the general welfare, and secure the blessing of liberty for ourselves and our posterity, to ordain and establish this Constitution. We know our kids will be enrolled there. We want them all to be under government youth and church. They provide examples for the fear and family who should have their feet. And for over the longer line located precinct that we know serving our area. 1944. Total concrete service, all of our activities. The men and women of our military dedicate themselves to serving our country. Their commitment and courage keep us to be safe and strong. Let us honor those who have lost their lives in the line of duty. Salute those who serve today. This reminder from Total Concrete Service is 4462 Hilltop Road in Longwood. Proud to serve the entire area and to work on behalf of our future. For information, call 970-535-4780.
All right, guys, let me toss it to my colleague Ben Shapiro on the Ben Shapiro Show, talking about what he calls the Kavanaughpolis, something like that. Anyway, let's listen. This is Mitch McConnell. My friends, connect the dots a little bit. They've been investigating Kavanaugh. FBI investigated him thoroughly 6 times. Not enough. Democrats wanted a 7th time, and they found nothing. Does that sound familiar at all? Something about Russia, something about collusion, something about Donald Trump. They investigated for 2 years and found zilch. Now, before you say, well, the Democrats were stupid if they thought they were going to find something, the Democrats are stupid, but they knew they weren't going to find anything, not with Russia collusion and not with Kavanaugh. Plays the thing. They weren't looking to find anything, they were looking to delay. And the Republicans were weak and stupid enough to let them.
They did an FBI investigation.
My friends, as a religious Jew, I believe there is such a thing as hell. And as Christians, you believe there's such a thing as hell. So, okay, we'll agree that there's a hell. Well, who goes to hell? People who are evil, right? Basic. We know that. I think Ben Shapiro was right on. I think Dianne Feinstein is evil. I think her Democrat compatriots, pieces of trash like Cory Booker and Nancy Pelosi and Chucky Schumer and the Clinton, all those people, I think they're evil. So let us content ourselves. Let us be happy with the fact that we know that in the future, Feinstein and the others will be burning for the evil they've done and the suffering they've brought to millions and millions and millions of Americans.
As we noted by the White House.
My friends, do you hear that noise? It's laughter. Do you hear the laughter? Listen closely. Because I hear laughter. It's the laughter of the Democrats in Washington, D.C., who have gotten what they wanted. They wanted to delay and obstruct and slander and smear. All the time they knew it was false. They knew it was fake. They knew there was nothing there. But they also knew that they could con Republicans, and that, yes, there would be a certain number of Americans, dreadfully stupid, gullible with the minds of bovines, who would listen to their lies and not be smart enough to realize that they were lies. Believe me, I've met people like that. They are sorry individuals.
Susan Collins and Lisa Murkowski.
Now, you know, my friends, work with me here. I'm trying to remember something. Months ago, a couple months ago, there was some guy, he's on the radio, and he was saying, no, there's not going to be a blue wave. There's going to be a red wave. Now, what was his name? It's just not coming to me.
Raj Shah says the White House has received the Federal Bureau of Investigation's supplemental background investigation into Judge Kavanaugh. It is being transmitted to the Senate. With Leader McConnell's cloture filing, senators have been given ample time to review the 7th background investigation. This is the last addition to the most comprehensive review of a Supreme Court nominee in history, which includes extensive hearings, multiple committee interviews, over 1,200 questions for the record, and over 500,000 pages of documents. With this additional information, the White House is fully confident the Senate will vote to confirm Judge Kavanaugh to the Supreme Court. President Trump tweeted out this morning, "The harsh and unfair treatment of Judge Brett Kavanaugh is having an incredible upward impact on voters. The people get it far better than the politicians. Most importantly, this great law of life cannot be ruined by mean and despicable Democrats and totally uncorroborated allegations." He's 100% right on this. Even Bret Stephens is expressing gratitude that Trump is president today, which is an amazing thing, right? Bret Stephens is about as anti-Trump as it's possible to be. He is a true never-Trump Republican. And he came out in the New York Times today and said, "I am very, very pleased that Donald Trump is president and standing by Brett Kavanaugh." Now, there are a lot of folks on the left who don't seem to understand why folks on the right are so passionate about this issue. The reason we're passionate about this issue is...
Well, stop right there. Let's talk about Democrats not understanding Americans. Democrats don't understand Americans because Democrats don't understand America. America is not like one of those swill holes over in Europe where they have royalty, where people are peasants. America's different. America is that shining mansion on a hill, whatever it was that George H.W. Bush said. In America, we can't tolerate sleaze. Or I should say, we've tolerated it for too long. Americans want to breathe free. We want common sense. We want honesty, transparency. That's what we want, and that's what we're getting from Donald Trump. And the Democrats, it sounds like someone's speaking Swahili to them. They can't even begin to get it.
Because it looks like due process.
Stop. I can answer those questions. I'll answer the second one first. Of course, Brett Kavanaugh deserves to be on the Supreme Court. He will be a superb justice. That's number two. Here's number one. Does the process suck? The process sucks only in that it allows no-goodniks like the Democrats to mar the process. the process, when you have all the players doing a righteous, honest, sincere job for the benefit of the American people, the process works just fine. So you get ambitious scumbags like the Democrats who will get into the gutter and filth things up just for power. Well, then I'm not aware of any process that works well. Are you?
Now, these two issues are not the process and the subject are one of the reasons that Brett Kavanaugh got himself into trouble with regards to testimony. Talk about the trouble he got himself into with regards to testimony. But the subject of the process is what most people are concerned with.
My friends, you heard it on my show yesterday. I played the video. There was one of those scumbag Democrat senators was questioning Kavanaugh about his yearbook. And he was questioning about his, when he was 17 years old, referring to flatulence. That's what Brett Kavanaugh had to put up with, sitting in front of Congress. References to flatulence from 36 years ago when he was 17 years old. That's what senators are doing with our tax dollars. With all the powers that senators have, that's what the Democrats are doing. Talking about 36-year-old farts. So tell me something. If you're listening to my show right now, first of all, I tip my hat to you. Very smart. If you're one of my regular listeners, I know full well you're never going to pull a lever for a Democrat. But let's say you're listening to my show, driving in your car, you never heard before, and you are a Democrat. And you see the disgusting things that Democrats do. Do you really want that stink on you? Do you really want to be known as someone who supports liars and thieves and slanderers, corrupt politicians, the worst scum to be found in the Beltway? Is that you? You know, I used to be married to this one woman who was a Hillary supporter. Amazingly, right? How stupid could I have been, right? And whenever we'd be out in public, I would say to people, hey, you know, my wife, she's a Hillary supporter. They would laugh at her. They would insult her. They would make nothing of her. Until finally, one day, my wife, then wife, said to me, listen, don't tell anybody that I'm voting for Hillary. I don't have to deal with the reactions. If she was truly comfortable with voting for Hillary, she would have proudly defended that choice. But she knew she was voting for garbage. Same thing when it came to vote for Obama. So I'm asking you to look inside yourself. You know, they say politics makes strange bedfellows. Do you really want to be in bed with the lowlifes and the gutter fighters and the slanderers and the sleazebags and the con men who have tried to derail Judge Kavanaugh and Donald Trump and the United States? Is that you? I sure as hell hope it's not. For your sake, not my sake, for your sake, we'll be back.
How many times have you gone into a health food store and are confused as to the many different brands and prices of the same herbal supplements? You want to buy the cheapest, but you're afraid that quality is bad. So you buy the most expensive. Truth is, the cheapest may be better. Green herb herbal supplements are all manufactured in our Wheat Ridge, Colorado plant at 4565 Tiffany Street using the highest quality herb that we source from all over the world. Our 150 different herbal supplements are the most potent and safest in America. Our guarantee is your money back, no time limit. Just return the bottle when empty or full, no questions asked. So when you come to our new location, look for our new name and get this help. Or call us at 888-765-HERB. That's 888-765-4372.
beloved, do not believe every spirit, but test the spirit, whether they are God, because many false prophets have gone into the world. By this you will know the Spirit of God. Every spirit that confesses that Yeshua, Jesus, has come in the flesh is of God, and every spirit that does not confess that Yeshua, Jesus, has come in the flesh is not of God. And this is the spirit of the Antichrist, which you have already heard was coming, and is now already in the world. 1 John 4:1.
We hope these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal, that they are endowed by their Creator with certain unalienable rights, that among them are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness, that to secure these rights, governments are instituted among men, deriving their just power from the consent of the governed. This is the American News Network.
Chaplain Collins LLC salutes our emergency first responders for their professional commitment and free. They're willing to put their lives on the line for us, so little or no thanks. So let's all take the time to thank our first responders for all they do for us. Also thanking our veterans for the sacrifice they made for our freedom. This message is from Chaplain Collins LLC, with 10 locations in Denver and Fort Collins, serving the community for over 13 years. Visit them online at chaplaincollins.com.
If catastrophe struck, will your family be prepared? Are you confident to react in a panic? Is there one place to get all of your emergency supplies? American Survival encourages you to have confidence through preparation, not panic through crisis. American Survival, located at 3356 South Broadway, is a professional, reputable, full-service business providing quality, realistic preparedness supplies at an affordable price. Go online, stop by, or call 303-781-0343. American Survival.
Well, my friends, I know that Judge Jeanine Pirro is a smart woman because she's saying exactly what I've been saying. That Americans are seeing the disgusting garbage coming from the Democrats. They're sick of it, and it's going to spur a red wave. Here's the judge on Fox and Friends.
Judge Jeanine is here, and straight ahead.
All right, my friends, the fat cats on Fox News can plug each other's books all they want. No one on Fox News is plugging my book, so I might as well do it. Real Truth, Stay Angry. Go online, go to Amazon, go to Barnes & Noble, go to Virtual Bookworm. Anywhere you can buy books, you can get it. There, now I got my plug. Does anybody care? No. But what the judge said is true. Christine Ford is going to turn out to be a lying political whore. Did something happen to her? Maybe. She doesn't seem to remember very much about it. Can't prove any of it. But she materialized just in time to try and take out Brett Kavanaugh. So no, I don't believe her at all. I think she's trash. The fact that she ran to the Washington Post, which is the most biased newspaper in America, aside from the New York Times. The fact that she went to Dianne Feinstein, who's been a Democrat power broker for 80 years. No, something really stinks about Christine Ford. I want her investigated. If it turns out she perjured herself, I want her jailed. Item. From PJ Media, according to a new GovPredict study released today, Apple employees heavily favored Democrats in their contributions for local, state, and federal elections. In all, 91% of their political giving went to Democrats between 2004 and 2018. Stop. I call the show Real Truth because you get the real truth here. You think you're getting real truth from Democrat employees of Apple? From Democrats in the media? People in the major media voted Democrat, voted for Hillary over 90%. Now here are Apple employees, Apple, 91% of their giving to Democrats. This is heavily, heavily, heavily skewed towards the left. So outside of this show, and maybe Fox News, don't think that you're, or the CRTV, don't think you're getting the real truth. You're getting a slanted, funhouse mirror version of the world. So caveat emptor, be very careful where you get your news. Commercial break. And then we'll be back. You know how it works by now. More Real Truth ahead.
We, the people of the United States, in order to form a more perfect union, establish justice, ensure domestic tranquility, provide for the common defense, promote the general welfare, and secure the blessings of liberty to ourselves and our posterity, do ordain and establish this Constitution for the United States of America. He was in the world was made through him, and the world did not know. He came to his own, and his own did not receive him. When he had received him, to them he gave the right to become children of God, to those who believe in his name, who were born not of blood, nor of the will of the flesh, nor of the will of man, but of God. The Gospel of John, chapter 1, verse 10 through 13. The American Freedom Network is not funded or supported by special interest groups or government programs. The American Freedom Network is not sponsored by advertisers demanding content or programming control. The American Freedom Network is solely funded by you, the listener. Please help keep the American Freedom Network on the air by purchasing one of our sponsored fine products or by calling 1-800-205-645 to make a donation. The American Freedom Network needs your help. American Window Tinting Incorporated in Fragtown reminds parents, keep an eye on your child also. Children tend to stray or become lost. This poses an opportunity for a would-be abductor. Please make every effort to keep track of your little one at all times. If you have information regarding a lost child, call local authorities at once. This message is from American Window Tinting Incorporated in Fragtown. For residential or commercial window tinting, call 303-263-4228.
All right, guys, let's drill down a little bit, shall we? What's created all the storm and fury in the Kavanaugh case is the Me Too movement. Women in Hollywood, basically whores, who go to Hollywood, flash their body parts, flirt with the big shots to get good roles in movies, and they do. It's an exchange, it's a barter, most of the time. Ever since Me Too erupted, what, a year ago or so? Anytime a man looks at a woman, he's a molester. And the woman is a saint. This is one of the outgrowths of feminism, the toxic poison today known as feminism. Well, here is psychology professor, author Jordan Peterson calmly dismantling feminism in front of two feminists. Enjoy along with me.
One of our guests of the day, the other one today, is a man you may recognise, or maybe you don't. Jordan Peterson has achieved that rare feat, becoming a global superstar academic. So how did he become so well known? He first came to national prominence in Canada in 2016 in a debate about new laws on gender identity. Bill C-16 made it an offence to refuse to call someone by their chosen gender pronoun. Jordan Peterson argued that this would infringe free speech, while some supporters of the bill said he was advocating prejudice. From there, his YouTube star took off, and he has now over 1 million subscribers. And his videos, where he talks everything from identity politics, which we've touched on, to the Bible, to Disney movies, have been viewed over 150 million times. Gosh, that's about the same number of views we have on this program. Last year, he supported ex-Google employee James Damore, who had been fired for suggesting men and women have different interests due to biological differences. And his latest book, 12 Rules for Life, has taken him on a global tour promoting his ideas. And just this week, he sold out the 1,000-seater Emmanuel Centre around the corner here in Westminster. So Jordan, you've done endless interviews, you've been publicising your book, and they've generated plenty of heated debate.
And I actually sold out the Apollo and had 5,000 seats.
All right, stop boasting. Do you think, though, because of the heat that has been generated, that your views have been misrepresented at times?
Oh, definitely, but that's, that's part and parcel of the process. I did take a very forceful stance, let's say, against some of the excesses of the radical left-wingers, and it's in their best interest to paint me as somehow a figure of the extreme right, because that I don't have to be contended with. But, I mean, it's easy for people's views to be oversimplified in a very large public debate.
I mean, in terms of some of the issues, and you say you've been painted as an extreme right-winger.
No, some people have tried that, not very successfully, but they've tried it.
And you came to prominence in part in your opposition to this law that we just talked about in Canada, proposing the use of preferred pronouns for transgender people. Just for clarity.
Mandating them.
Yeah.
Right.
So you should do it.
No, you had to do it.
Right, you had to do it by law. But just for clarity, do you think a trans woman is a real woman?
I don't really like the way those questions are formulated. Now, I don't know what that means. What do you mean a real woman?
Well, I'm asking you, in your mind, it depends what you think a real woman is, but do you think a trans woman is a woman?
No,
Why not?
because I think that women are capable, generally speaking, of having babies, and they have female genitalia, and they have an XX chromosome, and I think the biological markers are relevant. It doesn't necessarily mean that I don't think that people should be treated with respect and dignity if they happen not to fit easily into a gender category. That's a different issue.
Right.
But it's a matter of definition. And I actually think it's a foolish argument in some sense. Because what do you mean by real?
Well, I mean, you've just clarified that, though. You don't think...
Women have XX chromosomes. Life seldom gets simpler than that. If you have an XY chromosome, you're a man. You may decide to carve up your body and cut parts of it out and douse your body in hormones. It doesn't make you a woman, it just makes you a nut.
That a trans woman is a woman.
Yeah, I don't care if this overweight woman sitting next to Jordan Peterson is a feminist. It just tells me that she's not that bright. He's right. What used to be a righteous movement, equality for women, has been weaponized, has turned toxic. It's now an attack dog. It's now PC culture. It's now venom towards men and venom towards women who don't believe who don't go along with what the feminists say. It's become a hateful, destructive philosophy that accomplishes nothing. That's feminism today. And so I concur completely with Jordan Peterson. And the man hacking his junk off doesn't make him a woman. It makes him someone who probably, for his own good, should be strapped down and given a lot of drugs. I feel sorry for people like that. I don't wish them any ill will. But don't con me and don't lie to me. That I insist upon. We'll take a break and we'll wrap it up for the week right here on Real Truth.
Article 4. The right of the people to be secure in their persons, houses, papers, and effects against unreasonable searches and seizures shall not be violated, and no warrant shall be issued but upon probable cause, supported by oath or affirmation, and particularly describing the places to be searched and the person or thing to be seized.
The council of the nation of nothing. He makes the plans of the people of an extent. The council of the Lord stands forever. The plans of his heart to all generations. Let the nation dominate the people he has chosen as his own inheritance. Psalm 33, verse 10 to 12.
Chapel and Collins LLC supports our emergency first responders with their professional commitment free. They're willing to put their lives on the line for us with little or no thanks. So let's all take the time to thank our first responders for all they do for us. Also thanking our veterans for the sacrifice they made for our freedom. This message is from Chapel and Collins LLC, with 2 locations in Denver and Fort Collins, serving the community for over 13 years. Visit them online at chapelcollins.com. Total Concrete Services online. The men and women of our military dedicate themselves to serving. Their commitment encourages people to be safe and strong.
Is it me, or do all baked
Fructose prepared today. This reminder from Total Concrete Services at 4462 Hilltop Road in Long, proud to serve the entire area and to work on behalf of our future. More information call 970-535-4780.
My friends, I have played videos with Candace Owen on this show many times over the past few months. She's extremely bright, she comes with facts, and she's got common sense. She sees the world clearly, and that's why I love playing her comments on this show. Here she is in an interview with Yahoo News. I'll read you the article. I'll read you the first 2 graphs. Candace Owens attacked Supreme Court nominee Brett Kavanaugh's accuser, Dr. Christine Blasey Ford, on Wednesday, saying she should be jailed. Owens shared an article on Twitter from Fox News that reported a former boyfriend of Dr. Ford said she helped prepare a friend for a polygraph test. Quote, wow, liar Christine Ford's entire testimony just got blown up by an ex-boyfriend of 6 years, said Owens. She has helped people prep to take polygraph tests, never had a fear of flying, and of course never once mentioned her sexual assault. Unquote. I love people who are direct and honest. It appears to me, based on what I've heard, that Christine Ford has perjured herself. Good. Jail cell. America can't play these footsie games with liars anymore. The cost is too high, and the damage is too real. If she is found to have perjured herself, she should be arrested. Item from Breitbart. NBA star and gun control proponent LeBron James is critical of private citizens carrying guns for self-defense, but he employs at least 10 armed security personnel at his home for defense of himself and his family. Unquote. My friends, if all LeBron James was stupid and a pituitary case, that would be one thing. But he's also a hypocrite. You should not be allowed to have a gun. He should, but you shouldn't. That's Democrat logic. Item from the Associated Press, Dateline Los Angeles. A judge on Thursday sentenced former rap mogul Marion Suge Knight to 28 years in prison for the 2015 death of a man he ran over outside a Compton burger stand. My friends, this item struck me as so unusual. Here's this guy, Suge Knight, made his career in rap music, sentenced to 28 years for running a guy over and killing him. Usually rap artists are gentle souls with artistic temperaments who wouldn't hurt a fly. I mean, they might participate in drive-by shootings, but not of flies. Let's be honest here, shall we? Rap music is violent, it's stupid, it's misogynistic, it's racist, it's the voice of the gutter. And if this guy, Suge Knight, got rich putting that stuff out into society, well, he probably should have been locked up a long time ago. The fact that some innocent schmuck had to lose his life before they put Suge Knight behind bars, well, that's the sad part. I see young kids listening to rap. Guys, don't let your kids listen to rap. It will take them straight into the gutter. And if, by the way, if you like to talk about feminism, rap music constantly refers to women as bitches and hoes. So let me hear the feminists speak up. No, you won't hear feminists speak up. Feminists don't attack black culture. They only attack white men. So much for feminists. All right, we're done. I will be back on Monday with more Real Truth, unless something prevents it, and I don't anticipate that. I want you to have a good weekend. I want you to do more than that. First of all, get my book, Real Truth, Stay Angry. And then I want you to stay safe, stay healthy, and stay angry. All right? I will see you on Monday. Hasta luego.